Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. Hi there. I thought I would rank all of Paul McCartney's album covers, excluding live albums, or his Firemen albums, all of his solo albums, including Wings. And I think I have all of them. If I've missed one or two, I apologize. And the last 10 all of these are in order of being ranked. But the last 10, you'll see the numbers 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's get started with my least favorite Paul McCartney album cover. So first up is Memory Almost Full. This was the first Paul McCartney album I bought when it came out. I hadn't bought a Paul McCartney album since Tug of War, which I really liked, but I lost interest in him with Pipes of Peace, and I never bought any Paul McCartney albums, like I said, for about 25 years, 26 years. But I love Memory Almost Full, and I became a fan again, of course. Not that I wasn't a fan of his earlier music, but for a lot of years, he lost me with his albums. And I've loved everything he's put out ever since Memory Almost Full, plus earlier albums like Flaming Pie, and I even love Driving Rain. Next up, Off the Ground. Once again, not a very good album cover, my opinion. Maybe if you have a foot fetish, you'll love this album cover. But it's a very underrated album, but I'm not a fan of the album cover. Paul McCartney, give my regards to Broad Street, the great movie. Much like the album, it kind of matches the album cover. It's not very good. No More Lonely Nights, of course, is a classic, and there are, I guess, 3 or 4 very good songs on the album, but overall, it's not a favorite of mine. Same with the album cover. The Russian album, we're still, I consider these not very good album covers. I wouldn't say they're terrible, except for Memory Almost Full, which I would consider terrible, but these are just kind of boring and bland so far, but they get better and better. Flaming Pie, I kind of do like this album cover and the little picture of the Flaming Pie. Not the nicest photo of Paul. He looks much older than he was at the time for the photo, but I do kind of like it. And of course, it is a superb album. But even better is, Wings at the Speed of Sound. Once again, it's not too, it's kind of bland, once again, I guess. But I do like the lettering and the coloring, and it's okay, I guess. Tug of War. I like the photo of Paul, with his headphones on there listening. I just don't like the whole design with the blocky, uh, whatever you want to call it, all those little blocks. But it's kind of cool with the picture. It could have been better, but it is a great album. Flowers in the Dirt. Still nothing great. I would consider this. I like the lettering. I like the font. And that is, I believe, a painting. I would say it's not bad. It's getting better. It's getting better all the time. It couldn't get any worse. It couldn't get any worse than Memory Almost Full. So after Flowers in the Dirt, Pipes of Peace with the different pipes. interesting, sort of. But I would say that this album cover is, I would just label it as good, but nothing very great yet. I think a lot of people would have this maybe right at the bottom, even maybe below Memory Almost Full. It's a very pixelated picture. It's Paul. He had a watch with a camera, one of the early ones with a camera, and it's a very pixelated photo of him. But I don't know. There's something about it. Plus, I really enjoy the album too. But I kind of like it in a way. So I would still, it's not great, but it's a good album cover for me. So these are all good albums. He has a lot of very good album covers. Run Devil Run, interesting. Doesn't even have his name on the cover. A good album cover. It's interesting. London Town. It's okay. That's about all I have to say about it. And once again, doesn't even have Paul McCartney or Wings on the cover. It just says London Town. But obviously, if you were a Paul McCartney fan and you saw that in the store, you would know who it is. Love that album, by the way. Starting to get very good. Kind of a classy album cover. Kisses on the bottom. I like it. Whoever designed that did a great job. Yeah, I love this album cover, McCartney 3. So these are all very good album covers for me. You might disagree. Press to Play. I remember, seeing this in the record store, and this was at the time when I stopped buying Paul McCartney albums. But I when I saw that, it's like, oh, that's a nice photo of Paul and Linda, kind of like a 50s style or 40s style photograph. So yeah, I like that. McCartney 2, I love the album, and I love the album cover. The face Paul's making and the shadows behind him. Very cool. Ram, really, really, when you see that album cover, it really matches the music inside, kind of homespun. This was made, it looks like it was made, obviously it was made by Paul and Linda at home, with the picture and the coloring of everything. Very colorful, except for the black and white photo. But yeah, very good album cover. And Paul McCartney's best album for me. So number 10 is, yeah, great album. And, for the time when this was released, it was kind of very well done. Number 9, New. Yeah, very classy. I really like that. Number 8, great album too, of course. Number 8, of course, Paul McCartney's very own artwork. And, you open it up and it goes on and on and on. Egypt Station, great album. And, it's one of those album covers you open, like I said, you open it up and there's so much to look at. And it's quite interesting. Very original and unique. Number 7, Red Rose Speedway. Yeah, the rose in his mouth and just his his eyes again, his expression. Love it. And a very underrated album. Number 6, beautiful photo by, I believe, Linda McCartney. Even though she's there, it was like a timer. And you can see the one bird there in front of her. Paul in the water playing his acoustic. Yeah. Great album cover. I'm not a fan of the back cover I love the cartoon, but it's just the way, when it came out, it looked kind of cheap, I guess. But I've grown to actually love the whole packaging of it. But when it first came out. Number 5. Love this photo and album cover. Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, and probably my second favorite Paul McCartney album. And that was him, I believe. I'm going to get the year wrong, but I think it was like 1959, 1960. And he's in the backyard playing his guitar. So here are the top 4. Number 4 for me is Beautiful, Venus and Mars. Very simple, kind of similar to McCartney, his debut album with the Cherries. Very simple, but very original. Love that. Number 2 is Band on the Run. Yeah, Band on the Run, with a lot of famous people, including Paul and Linda. But number 1 is actually 2 album covers in one. It is, for me, what most would consider the album cover with the cherries. Of course, Linda McCartney, her photography, her concept. I love that. But I guess originally that was the back cover, and this was the front cover. But it doesn't matter. Either one I love so much that it doesn't matter. It would still be number 1 for me. So yeah, McCartney, his debut album is my favorite album cover, the front and the back. And so that is it. I would love your thoughts in the comments section below, and let me know what are your favorite Paul McCartney album covers and what is your least favorite album covers by Paul McCartney. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.